Was good. We got UFC Fight Night Santos versus Ankalaev. Gonna make it quick. Just gonna start from the top. Let's start from the bottom. Tefon Chukwi versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'm going with Tefon. I know a lot of people like Azamat, but Tefon has just been more active to me, so I'm gonna be going with Tefon. Guido Canetti versus Chris Moutinho. I'm gonna be going with Chris Moutinho just out of toughness, and I think he'll definitely take it to Guido, who has shown to have a glass chin as of recent. And next we got Cody Brundage versus Dalcha Lungyambula. I'm gonna go with Cody Brundage. I just think he'll push the pace on Dalcha, hold him down on the floor, and outpoint Dalcha here. And then we got Sabina Mazo versus Miranda Maverick. This is when stuff starts to get pretty difficult. Those last three fights were pretty hard as well, but I'm going to be going with Miranda Maverick. Um, yeah, I'm going to be going with Miranda here. Then we got Damon Jackson versus Kamala Kirk. I'm going to be going with Damon Jackson. This fight's difficult. Trevin Jones versus Javid Basharat. Uh, this is a hard fight because I believe Javid should win, but he does leave his chin up in there, and Trevin Jones definitely has the power to knock anybody out. He's got low volume. He reminds me of like a Derek Lewis at bantamweight. So he's beat some good opponents. He's pretty live throughout the whole fight. I'm gonna be going with Javid Bashra. And then JJ Aldrich versus Jillian Robertson. I'm picking Jillian Robertson. Matt Semmelsberger versus AJ Fletcher. Picking Matt Semmelsberger. Bruno Silva versus Alex Pereira. I'm picking Alex Pereira. I just think he's going to be too long. They're both strikers. I can see Bruno potentially crowding Alex, trying to take away his length away, but I think Pereira will be able to manage his range and land his counters, land that lethal left. Drew Dover versus Terrence McKinney. I'm going to be going with Drew Dover. I think Drew Dover gets up from the takedowns, wears Terrence McKinney out, and he probably finishes the fight inside the distance. Khalil Roundtree versus Carl Robertson. I think Carl Robertson has a grappling edge here, and I think somehow that's going to play into this fight. I got Carl Robertson. Alex Caceres versus Sadiq Youssef. Alex Caceres also I believe, has the grappling advantage here. He's going to be able to stay long and on the outside pick Sadiq apart. Um, so I got Alex Caceres. Marlon Moraes versus Yadong Song. I'm going with Yadong Song here. He's going to have the tighter, stronger. Well, they're both pretty similar in their fight style. Actually, only that Song is durable. So I'm going with the durable fighter here in Yadong Song. Thiago Santos versus Magomed Ankalaev. Gonna be picking Magomed Ankalaev. Um, he's just the more well-rounded fighter here. If taken down, he gets back up, and if he does the taking down, he doesn't let the opponent get back up. At least not without paying a price. So I'm gonna be going with Magomed Ankalaev. Those are my picks for this week. 14 fights. Got it done in under 5 minutes. Fight started in about 15. So maybe I'll just talk a little bit more. Tefon Ochokwi, Asma Murzakanov. I just think Tafon is, is too experienced in the UFC and has been active. Azuma hasn't fought in a while. Last fight was in the Contender Series. Mm. Feel like Damon Jackson versus Camilla Kirk. I feel like Damon Jackson will have the cardio edge here, and he'll. I've seen Camilla wilt and break under pressure, so I think I last. That's why I'm picking Damon Jackson. This Trevin Jones fight is hard, just because I don't like how this guy leaves his chin up in the air, but he should win, so I'm gonna stick with him. This is another scary fight. AJ Fletcher, he brings the fight. But I think Matt he learned from his Chaos Williams fight. He was actually a pretty good fight, and he fought somebody with tons of power. So he'll have a similar opponent in AJ. And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty much all the ones I want to talk about. I guess fights I'd avoided are the Khalil Roundtree, Carl Robinson fight, the J.J. Aldrich, Jillian Robertson fight, Trevin Jones, Javid Bashra fight, and the Guido Canetti, Chris Moutinho fight. Those are the fights I would avoid. Yeah, but that's made did it quick this time. It's Champ Focus. I'm Gambino, and I'm trying to get these fights right. I believe last week we got 4 fights wrong. Let me do this. I believe it was 4 fights. Check it out. So we got definitely got Masvidal wrong, but I kind of knew that was coming. Didn't really bet Masvidal or have him in any parlays. Renato Moicano got his ass whipped. We got Bryce Mitchell right, Kevin Holland, Spivak, Jalen Turner, Marina Rodriguez, Nick Negamurano. So that was one, two, three, four, five, six fights right in a row. We got Marina Moroz, which I mean we should have seen coming. Mariah has shown us before her cardio's trash. Umar Nurmagomedov we got right. This Tim Elliott to Gear fight. Had a feeling it was going to be a tough fight. I had a bet in for Tim Elliott split decision, and as you can see, even in that I got robbed. That was my hedge bet. Ludwig Klein, Cash, Dustin Jacoby got the job done. It was close though, scary without those leg kicks. Yeah, that was last week. 4 fights wrong. It's hard to count this one because I knew Kobe was going to win the whole time, but I am a George Masvidal fan, so I stuck with my boy. Yeah, that's it for this week, and a little recap of last week. Hope y'all make that money. Let's go.